So next, let's talk a little bit about HTTP2. If you ran into any problems with your HTTPS setup, just clear it all out and run certbot again. It should fix the problems for you. But because we're on this really standard path, it should have all worked together. So HTTP1, the golden standard 1.1, is what a lot of the internet uses. And that just means, essentially boils down to, for every file we need, it makes an independent connection. So if I need an app.js file, there's a request and response. If I need my index.html file, it opens another request and response. And that's fine. It works. But HTTP2, it does something called multiplexing, which just means I can do multiple things on one connection. And that's much more efficient. So HTTP2, depending on what you're doing, is much faster than HTTP1. Why don't more people use it? HTTP2 can take up a bit more CPU processing because it has to multiplex all these connections. So it's not always the right choice to go with. But for our simple website, we can go and set it up. Or we can go ahead and enable HTTP2. And the good news is, this will be the easiest change you make all day. It is one, it's not even one line, it is one word in our Nginx configuration. So we say sudo vi etc Nginx sites enabled. You find that listen block under 443. And you just say, I want to use HTTP2. That's it. This is as easy as it gets all day. So I'm going to do that now. Actually, first, I want to see what's going on in my original website. 502. Now it's up. That was weird. I'll have to check on that. Let me jump over to all. And if you don't have these columns available, you just right-click in your network inspector, add the protocol header, which tells you what's connecting. So you see here, there's an HTTP1 connection, and there's a WebSocket connection. Remember we talked about status codes? 101 is switching. It just means it's an upgrade request. And then the scheme is HTTPS, the WebSocket is WSS, so that's secure WebSocket connection. But I want H2, so let's go ahead and modify that. Nginx conf, so we'll say sudo vi etc Nginx, and that's sites enabled, full stack front end. And all we're going to do is find the port 443, and we're going to add H2 to that. And we'll just add it here too. And that's it. One word. 2 lines if you want to do IPv6 as well. So we'll right quit. Whenever we modify Nginx, we want to make sure it works. Sudo Nginx T. So then we restart Nginx. Sudo service. There we go. I need to dive into my server during the break because it's sometimes 502s, but PM2 is bringing it back online after it errors out. So I'm going to look at the logs and see what's going on there. Probably during the break though, because it could be a variety of things. I don't want to bore you. But now when we open our website, so I'm on gemstack.lol, we see the protocol is now H2. Pretty easy. Not bad. So now we have a multiplex connection instead of these bunch of other connections on H1. Everybody there? And another thing to point out is when you're modifying your, now you keep modifying your Nginx configuration, you're using VI, you got so much faster, right? That colon right quit. It's so fast. You just like, you don't even think about it anymore. That's what's great about VI is when you're really fast at it, you just, no mouse anymore, just all commands. And then it just becomes muscle memory at that point. We made it, our final topic of the day. Question,
time we create another subdomain, do we have to run that command to generate the cert for the command? I think the cert bot.
Yeah, I don't think it'll pick it up automatically, but I think if you run the command, it'll look through and say like, hey, this is missing the certificate. We'll just add it in for you.